I predict, Caddy, that October 7th was a seminal day. If we go back in history, let's say it's 25 years from now, we look back, we say, oh, wow, October 7th was a seminal moment. It pushed the envelope. It pushed the pendulum back to something more normal than the allowance of this level of radicalism on a campus, because the administrators want that money, Caddy.
That was a clip from the new podcast, The Rest is Politics U.S., hosted by Caddy Kay, along with former White House Communications Director Anthony Scaramucci. Their first episode, released last week, focuses on the protests on college campuses and Trump on trial. And Anthony joins us now. He's also founder and managing partner at Skybridge Capital.
How about this combo?
I like the combo a lot.
This is a good combo.
Confession, this is actually the first time we've met in person.
Oh, really?
Yeah, is that true?
On the set of Morning Joe. It's where it all happens.
Wait, stop.
Yeah.
So how do you
That's the beauty of Zoom, right?
That's right.
You do the pod on Zoom?
We do the pod on Zoom. So I did a pod with Anthony around my book.
Yeah.
And I was so impressed because Anthony had
cool.
actually read the book.
Isn't it good?
And had smart questions. And I just thought it was...
Well, I love the book.
It would be fun to work together.
I actually gave the book to my daughter.
Exactly.
I told her to read it and just think about it, because you explain so many good things in the book about not overreacting in certain situations and holding yourself together.
And so you learned a lot then.
No, I haven't learned a lot, Mika. That's why I'm on television, Mika. If I had read and followed her book, I could be on
Anthony Scaramucci,
television,
one
perhaps.
of the least confident people I've ever met. Needs the confidence code.
I love it. So tell us not only about the first episode, but what you guys plan to do with this.
Let's let Caddy start, actually, because I think, you know, she's...
Caddy's in charge.
I think Caddy's in charge. I mean, also, she's a better newsreader than me. I still can't read the teleprompter, but go ahead, Caddy.
He shares that with Joe.
Are you the executive producer?
Can't read the teleprompter.
There's clearly a market for the rest of the world really to understand America. They think they get it, and they don't. And I've always wanted to try and explain what is happening here, not just in terms of the horse race, but in broader political and social issues. And the world is fascinated by what is going on in this country at the moment. And so it was a great opportunity to do that. But for American audiences, there isn't really something there in podcast form that gives them an outsider and an insider take on what's going on.
So I just want to point out to our executive producer, Alex Corson, that the world is fascinated with what is going on here in the U.S. I'm quoting you.
Yeah.
They're watching with bated breath.
They are watching with bated breath, yeah.
Interesting.
Why was Alex skeptical?
Oh, no, they just, whenever I ask the question, what is our standing in the world, I get an eye roll. I'm just going to say.
Not
I do.
For me. Not for me.
I get an eye roll.
I wouldn't say that. So what's great about this, you said inside, outside.
Yeah.
You, of course, were the press secretary for Donald Trump, for one Scaramucci. I think that's fair to say, right?
Scaramucci.
Measurement.
It was 954,000 seconds. I sometimes say that to my therapist. That way it makes it feel like it was longer for me.
That's good. Yeah, whatever makes you feel better.
Exactly.
But despite the short duration, however many seconds it was, you do know the guy and you understand the guy. Donald Trump.
I was on the campaign. I worked for him on the campaign. I knew him prior to that.
And a question that still, after what has been a decade, that still vexes a lot of people who say, gosh, this seems so clear to me. When you put them side by side, read that Time magazine interview and you go, you want to put that guy back in the White House? But yeah, a lot of people in this country still do.
Can you explain?
I don't think that, actually, so I'll take the opposite view. I think that, I think they don't necessarily want to put him back in the White House. I think they've got two choices, and there's a lot of people that are thinking, okay, maybe we'll go back to Donald Trump because of some of the things that are going on in the society right now. And so you brought up the clip from the podcast. Those protests helped Donald Trump. They helped Richard Nixon in the 1970s, and they're helping Donald Trump right now, whether you like it or not. And my point about October 7th is maybe we need to get back to the middle. There's a right and wrong. There's a decorum among us. I'm all for free speech. I'm all for appropriate protests on a college campus. But breaking and entering buildings, bringing in people that don't even belong in the college campus setting, quote-unquote anarchists, wrong.
Harassing Jewish students.
Harassing Jewish, anti-Semitism, wrong.
But
I think we have to call it out now.
That doesn't explain why Donald Trump has a pretty good chance of being re-elected president.
Yeah, well, I think Willie's point is they're going to choose him, but they're in their minds, when I talk to people about Trump, it's a lesser of two evils. Imagine that. Okay, and then I look at them and say, well, you didn't work for him. You didn't sit at a table like this with him.
Right.
You didn't see the lack of curiosity. You didn't see the hostility towards people. You didn't see the constant mendacity. I mean, the Washington Post reported 30,950 lies in 4 years. And we thought we had some steam going when he had 500 lies in the first 100 days, but he ramped it up from there.
Some people, it doesn't matter. I mean, that's the problem. And also the returning back to right and wrong and rule of law and all those things. Well, it would help if Republicans on Capitol Hill, some of them on the House side, would actually recognize that what happened on January 6th was just as bad as what we're seeing in vandalism across the country or even on a college campus.
Yeah, and in that interview with Time Magazine, Trump, again, downplay what happened on January 6th to no one's surprise. But speaking of right or wrong, Anthony, we're seeing Trump right now in court. He's stuck. He's powerless. He can't speak. He complains about the air conditioning. He complains about, he seems to have fallen asleep with reckless abandon. Yeah, someone who knows him, like, how hard must be this for him? Someone who is always seemingly in control, can say whatever he wants, whenever he wants. Suddenly he can't. What kind of toll do you think this is taking?
I think it's taking a toll, but what I'm surprised about is the lack of investigation around what's going on with him and his family. Because Eric Trump showed up yesterday, but no one's in the court. Family members have said they're not going to go work for him back in the White House. Melania is absent. And I think this plays a bigger part of the story, and it's a bigger toll on him than people imagine. Whether you like him or dislike him, he worked with his family on real estate. He worked with his family on The Apprentice.
Right.
He brought his family into the White House. They are not there with him, and I think that's something that bothers him way more than anybody's letting on. And if the Biden people,
what's the choice? What's the thinking behind the choice
well,
to stand by their
okay,
dad?
so Mika,
They
let
stood
me
by him through so much else.
So let me put it back to you, Mika. He's on trial for a hush money case, paying a prostitute while his wife was pregnant. That's probably the reason why they're not there. So, I mean, just put it as simply as that. But one thing he's good at is that he knows how to code things over. He knows how to repeat a lie repeatedly to the point where people say, okay, well, it can't really be that bad. January 6th can't really be that bad. Donald Trump says it's not that bad. And he's got willing accomplices, useful idiots in the Congress that are also saying the same thing, even though on that day they were running for their lives.
You see why this is a good idea?
Yeah,
I like it.
it's gonna go.
It works.
It's gonna go.
Plan.
Yeah,
I like it.
You can listen to new episodes of The Rest is Politics US every Friday, wherever you get your podcasts. Former White House Communications Director Anthony Scaramucci, thank you so much for coming on.
You know how,
Congratulations,
Hey, it's great
you
to
guys.
meet you, by the way.
you know how big Anthony is?
How big is he?
I'm at a Mets game. Walking through the parking lot.
Are they screaming mooch?
He's got his own parking spot, the ballpark.
Yeah.
Well, that
you know how
sounds
big
like
I am. I'm
a
sitting on a
scam.
phone book right now, so I can be eye level with the camera. That's how big I am.
Yeah, parking. Does he really?
He's big time. Yeah.
Can we borrow it?
Big time. No.
You can borrow it.
I can?
Mika, you can borrow. You want to use my suite? You just give me dates. And if it's not taken, you can have it.
He means it.
And you can park in the Mooch parking lot.
Wow.
The mooch
Mooch parking spot, not parking lot.
I have a Mets.
That's
Didn't
why
need
I
to say
chose.
parking
This is
lot.
why I chose. Really.
There are
Okay.
benefits.
I don't know
Whatever
what
the sport
to think.
is, I'm in.
Really, it's cute when you see it, though, right?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's a good spot, too, by the way.
Do you drive a smart car? What do you have in there?
Oh, come on.
Oh,
I'm an
Okay.
Italian from Long Island.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
guzzling gas.
It's a little
I'm Italian
smart
from
car.
Long Island. What do you,
All right. It's a
got every car
Ferrari.
imaginable.
Smart car.
I
Coming
like
up.
the Lamborghinis better back then. We can talk about that later.
Coming up.